pas mal beau ton auto, Philippe.
Le problème, c'est que c'est Tenzin qui le conduit.
He's moving. Drive through it. Minute 44.684.
Black.
Good job, bud. Train smooth. A few more. Left side. Clear. 1 minute 23.206.
Dear Lord, son.
Some of these guys are going to start to pit, so let's be aware. Minute 24.387. Minute 23.043. Let's bring it around and pit this time. Minute 22.891. minute 22.302.
Get that life. Careful, don't you say? You all you motherfuckers are just a bit pump on my lap at all time. All time. Just a bit pump on my lap at all. Fucking that nigga shit, but I can't be fucking with my. Oh, howdy. How you going? Yep. How you going? Doc? Ah. That's your guy. And a poke a bit. Go back another crack. That's good. Once you go once, they just stay onto it. Then not they. So that cost you a cent.
À moi, allez.
Bon, j'avertis, je suis pourri ce départ avec ce char-là.
Pour le fuel, là, on part avec le 37 litres que tu avais, David.
Ah, yeah. Just mixtures, just getting.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Bonne chance, tout le monde. Bonne chance.
Ah, right, that's not good.
Amusez-vous, soyez prudents premier tour.
That should drive you nuts.
Ben apprécié que vous soyez là, là.
Il y a un tour de chauffe là-dessus déjà?
Non, c'est départ arrêté.
Il n'y a pas de tour de chauffe.
Ah,
No,
I managed to get all that strobe part. Yeah, stop it. Fine. Oh, it'll bring it up, drop it off, and keep going off away for the weekend. Just get out of the house, get away from it. Just once. Yeah.
Green flag.
So you just create a bag for yourself, and a bag for Josh did you today, is that? Ah, so yeah, you go halves it or something, or yeah. You know, he'd be stoked for it.
1 minute 29.4 7
If you go through half a bag of that before tomorrow you get it higher, don't give me any more. Tell him you're taking it off him for a bit. You spoke too much, mate. This is. This is just something to tie him over, was it? Right, had a few bags with him and. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's alright. But bonus, you had a couple of bags. Yep. About a bag and a half something to give you for. No, we're not going to be not going to have to go probably once a week at the most part.
left side clear. In front of you.
Pardon? Yeah. No, but it's cheaper. Like works out cheaper, and yeah, just you go there and you buy stuff. Yeah, you get groceries, and you soon adds up.
Water temp when you can. Keep going.
I don't know many people that do come home from the dentist in a good mood. You know? Hey?
1 minute 23.
Been tidy?
9, 0, 6. Yeah, buddy, go get him, brother.
I don't know if it's him or next door to Murray's. Nah. He was still in, he was still in bed last time when I went over the street, about 20 to 11. And I haven't seen him outside or anything changed. Give me tablet. Yeah, I said I had remember messages. Yeah. You'll see it when you door there, not just front. Yeah, a little bag nuts, little bag with little stars or something, blue stars or something. Got it? Photo didn't do it justice, as you can see. You couldn't read photo. You couldn't really tell in the photo. Photo.
28.581. Right side. Clear.
Sorry, Philip. What was that? I took the bank, sorry.
1 minute 23.914.
Yep. Got a skip in coming. Roscoe. If you look at one of them cups, Pie, it's in the third drawer. Over here, Pie. I thought you was going to cut the way in. One of them teacups in the third drawer. When you wait up there last time, the drawer notes. How's water cooling in the freezer? Cooling down. In that. Hey? How was the test count? How was the test count last year? I've seen fuck all they put. I don't know about. I've got about for a while too. It's nothing there before. First day of the last test, yeah. 3 or 4 your little bags and the tub there, pod too. A big one for Josh. Make the big foilie. Ah. I thought you were doing it up the foilies for him. I thought, cool. Hey. How's young Luke been? He's been hiding. Seen a herd train. Pretty quiet. I got a message for him Christmas Day and it was last herd train. That's not, yeah. Well, last time I was talking to him, he was saying, yeah, it's been a bit of a battle. What's the go, that stupid kid's mother? Any better? I can never make that out, Pie. One time you're talking to him, you said, you know, he sounds like, you know, that it's just, you know, all over. He just gets the kid every now and then, like. Then another time you're talking a couple of weeks later, and you know, it sounds like fucking back living together. Alright. I think it is one of them type things, probably one of them relationships that, you know, on 1 minute, off the next, and yeah, I'd say our mate's probably got a few
on the left side, he's moving. He's coming. Stay on their fucking ass, man. We'll get him. 1 minute 23.217. Now there's the bait.
You're doing them a favour, Pie, by selling it to them, not them doing you a favour by buying it. So I'd say it's like, exactly, mate, that. I know that's what you're like. You're like that. No, you know. I got the fan, so fan, yeah, so. 2K gear. Bullshit. I've had 2K gear for fucking 20 years. Yeah. Huh? Mum hasn't been to see Mum at all. Hey mate. It's springing. Well, probably the only place you can fucking get one by. Yeah, if they don't want to have tea to 7:30, 8 o'clock, but the only place you can probably get a feed. Yeah.
1 minute 22.
No, I don't think so, boys. Something going on there. All them young ones don't drink there anymore. Okay, yeah, said on Facebook every Friday, not Saturday night, off to Tandara. Like, we were there for ages, but now I've noticed lately it's down to the Springy. That's a foot tacker, isn't it? Where do they cut? Yeah, you'd actually have to be doing some work then. It's under offer as part, I set up for sale in the real estate guy. Yeah, nice on the market. Yeah, got it on the market. How much do you reckon he wants for it? Yeah, what was it? Low to mid 300s. Yeah, that's better than it's worth. Nope. It's a fucking tiny house. Tiny fucking house. Last time I was in there, yeah, not long after I first went up, come back home, went up there with Gaddy. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking stupid idea, anyway. I always try telling that. Yeah, that's fucking damn. Yeah.
1 minute 22.
Big crack in the concrete, is there?
5-1.
Yep. I don't know where you are, Dave. You've just disappeared, buddy. Probably that. It was built way too quick. The slab was shit. A poor slab poured for it. Like I know when it was poured, like Daddy actually complained about it, and it was up, yeah, they could have wanted to spend a fucking, a few $1,000s, but yeah. But no, it's that it's just way to land that hill too, like side of that hill, and
That's it, let's get him. Job, bud. Settle in and get a rhythm.
and there's a lot of corners cut building that house, Pie. There's a lot of corners cut inside that house. Because, yeah, mate, looks good. You know, and oh, looks good behind, yeah, looks behind the scenes and that. She's pretty, yeah, cheap materials and cheapest materials. And, mate, they would have paid for it. That's it. Would have paid him fucking mortgage repayment. How about Uncle Pat didn't know about that too late Pie? Like you knew the like Jeff he was paying Jeff James' mortgage, but Animal was meant to be withholding the money from their pay for it, you know, like and stuff like that. Never did. Spud didn't know 15 fucking years later how he paid for. He lose his business and that, like start to see where some of the money gone. Like, well, that's why my boys got new houses and fucking new cars. And that was also a bit of Animal and Uncle Pat trying to keep Alan and Barbara too, Pie. You know what I mean? Yeah, just wasting money. How are you going to match a bloke like Alan Walker? You know, you get unlimited amount of money. Sure, it's finished, isn't it?
financing agent, just $11.98.
Where you find a competitor's low price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning, that's our policy.
Change of commentary, we've got Michael Vaughan joining Ian Chappell and Michael Slater.
Thanks, Mark. There's the one-day series coming up. Looking forward to that. We move straight out of the Ashes Test matches. Good shot there. He's hit that well. We've seen some terrific timing from Vince throughout the series. And, straight into those one days. So those squads have been announced. We were talking about that prior to play starting. The Australian squad, a few changes. Let's have a look at this crisp drive. Afternoon, guys. Bit of a delay this morning, but nice to see the action now.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you all. It's been a frustrating day, but we finally got the game underway. It's been 12.1 decent overs. Pitch looks pretty good. Hint of seam movement.
And worked nicely through the onside. They'll be pushing for 2. So Vince is away. And Alistair Cook, 10 from 44. So defensively looking very sound. Hasn't really got on with it. A few drives that have been, I think his outside edges to point, but he's looking solid. He looks organised, as does Vince.
Yeah, good afternoon, Michael, and all the best to our viewers for 2018. Yeah, Vince, that shot that he hit to mid-off has been a bit symptomatic of his series. He's hit a lot of good shots straight to fielders. Beautiful timer of the ball.
Yeah, he has. He's played some wonderful drives, and that last delivery there, that was the carrot dangled. And you could see that he was thinking of playing the big drive. Let's watch his shape into drive. They go, no, I better just leave that one through to the keeper.
They're hard to leave, those. See it up. That's a half volley length, and if he moves to the pitch of the ball, he's got a cover drive if he wants it, but he's only just got out there, 7 balls face, so probably wise at this stage, showing some sort of control. And another good leave there.
Do feel a bit for Vince because he has nicked them. You know, he hasn't. I don't remember him playing and missing too often. When he has played, he's nicked and got out. Starts in every test match. Well, Adelaide 15, I guess you're almost there. But you feel sorry for him. You just feel as though he needs a lucky break. He ran himself out, I guess, with the help of Nathan Lyon in that 83. The 55 was the really unlucky one. That was when he looked like he was about to do anything. Got an unplayable ball.
Well, he certainly looks like he's got the game, but for his own mind, he needs a big score here, just to give himself that confidence boost. You know, I've read a few things over the last few days that England may change going to New Zealand. I'd certainly stick with this group of batsmen. I think Stoneman and Vince have shown signs in this series. I certainly wouldn't want to get rid of them just yet.
Well, getting rid of players is the easy part. It's finding somebody better to replace them. If you've got someone better, okay, you drop the guy. But I think I'm with you. They've shown enough that the England selectors should be sticking with them, particularly when I've seen some of the other options they're talking about. You know, fellas like Wesley, I think Vince is a far superior player to Wesley, who was tried at 3 before. Stoneman, to me, is far superior to the other guys they've tried as partners for Cook.
Good areas there again from Hazelwood. Goes for 2 in that over. 1 for 37 now.
Okay, Linda, how's that?
Oh, a bit blurry.
Okay. How's that?
Still blurry.
And... how's that?
Better.
Book an eye test online with the test experts.
This is what guys do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Gillette with FlexBall technology makes maximum contact, with one blade giving up to 1 month of comfortable shaves. Gillette.
Well, I think the basis of England's success on this trip was all about Cook and Root doing a major job, just like Warner and Smith. And then the likes of Stoneman, Vince, Milan contributing on top of the senior players, and that really hasn't clicked. And Cook got back into form in the last test match, and Root has looked promising without getting the big one, which is unlike him. This is the wicket to have fallen. It was a good rising delivery, and Cummins, once again, his effort's always there. He's a reliable bowler and fits into the trio of fast bowling this Australian team in good style. He offers something different, and we've been saying that he could have taken a lot more wickets in the series.
Yeah, he's best being a forfeit. And I just feel with the way that he bowled and has bowled that there'll be that period where he picks up 5 as regular. He's a wonderful athlete, bowls great pace.
And he's batting as well.
One thing Stoneman does need to sort out, if you're going to stand and play in Australia on a regular basis, you're going to have trouble. You really need to be playing the horizontal bat shots or just getting out of the way. But if you stand and play, particularly once it gets to around about that shoulder height, you've got a bit of control at that height, but once it gets a bit higher than that, no control. But I really think you're living dangerously if you stand and play all the time.
These are all good areas. Hazelwood doing the same thing as Cummins at the moment, and has to roll away slightly, and there's an outside edge.
Yeah, you can see what Australia are doing here to James. Vince are going to go dead straight, and then they'll keep throwing that wide full one for him to drive.
Hazelwood probably using the time to sign autographs, which is a great gesture, just to chill, get his mind off the bowling side of things. Played under a few captains that didn't allow that. Mind you, it depended how the team were going. There was a few roars down when you're on the boundary. Stop signing autographs. Concentrate. Sometimes it's a great break. You wouldn't have done that, chaps.
No, I didn't. Well, mind you, I don't think the quickie signed as many autographs. So who were the grumpy captains that yelled at you, Slats?
Now, I played under 3. They probably all 3 had their moments. It might have been because I was in the wrong spot as well. Oh, there's that short one. That's a really quick bouncer there. The effort ball called it a wide, just a bit too short.
Yeah, but I like this from Vince because he gets out of the way of it. Very nicely. Steve Smith's not happy with the call. But just watch Vince here. His first mindset is to play the hook shot. And he's not quite there. He thinks, I'll just get out of the way of it. It's good batting.
Yeah, Smith not happy. I think it's the right call as well.
And it was the square leg umpire who signalled to the standing umpire. So the square leg umpire's got a much better idea of the height, and I think he was quite right. But it was well played.
Still with 3 slips and a gully. Understandable, well played. And there's something going to give here because it's good bowling and at the moment good defence from these 2 English batsmen.
The last 5 overs.
Just going back to your point, Michael Vaughan, about dropping guys. I mean, I haven't seen anything about Vince's play that tells me that he's out of his depth at test level. And in fact, he's got starts most innings. It's not as though they're too quick for him. He can't handle it. He's handled it all right. Just gets out.
It's the end of the 14th over, and it's 1 for 39. We'll take a Gatorade drinks break.
Okay, Linda, how's that?
Oh, bit blurry.
Okay. How's that?
Still blurry.
And how's that?
Better.
Book an eye test online with the test experts.
You want to grow more hair? Call Ashley and Martin. It's proven Ashley and Martin's medical treatment works. With over 500,000 patients successfully treated, they could fill this stadium 5 times over.
Move Australia this summer. Official replica and supporter range available now.
So you watch all those shows on TV, you get inspired by magazines that you see, come into Bunnings, you'll be surprised what you can actually afford. You can get so much more done outdoors with warehouse prices.
Round market umbrella, only $89. Char Griller Deluxe, $199. Three-piece bench setting, $699. Double hammock kit, just $49.89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning. That's our policy.
Meet Marcus. Every morning he rises at 6 in a global world where his trainers are German, his smartwatch Californian, and his favourite band English. He makes coffee on a Swiss Nespresso machine and buys gifts on eBay with an American card. Later he checks international cricket scores en route to a Japanese restaurant, orders a Dutch beer, and checks his all-Australian share portfolio. You buy the world's best, so why not invest in it? Magellan, experts in global investing.
The CPA program teaches not only accounting, but also the leadership skills to reach the next level, where you can make the important business decisions, manage teams, and help define the strategy of your organisation. So take one step today to take your career anywhere. Enrol in the CPA program now. CPA Australia. Be heard. Be recognised.
The 9 News app is here. When the news breaks, we'll alert you. The free 9 News app goes straight to the source you trust.
Well, in Perth, the Aussies wrestle back the Ashes. In Melbourne, they staunchly denied England's best efforts. And here in Sydney, will it become a 4-0 demolition? Ashes to Ashes pays tribute to Australia's emphatic series victory. And at least less than $1,000, it's the best value team signed memorabilia in years. Each edition was personally signed by the Australian squad and is strictly limited to just 100 editions. Don't miss out. Secure your tribute to Australia's cricketing dominance now by phoning 1300 676 020 or visiting officialmemorabilia.com.au. So drinks has been taken. Will it just change the focus, concentration of this English pair? It's been good so far from Cook. He's in much better shape with his technique, getting into position early. The feet are starting to move better, but he knows where off stump is.
Yeah, and I think that starts with the mindset. I think we saw that in Melbourne with Alistair Cook, that the technical side of his batting improved, but it started with his mindset, going out there looking to score. Get yourselves in better positions when you've got that mindset of looking to score when you're out in the middle rather than just survive.
Oh, it's high in the air, but it didn't quite get hold of it. It didn't travel, so I think it wasn't a genuine top edge. He does like to play the pull shot. We haven't seen many from him. The occasional one not really getting through, and then others are carrying nicely through to Tim Payne.
Yeah, it looks a pretty decent pitch to me. As you say, Michael, quite a good carry. It always turns, the SCG, and one of the interesting things about England selecting a leg spinner, as a leg spinner here, the good thing is the one that skids straight on, if you fool the batsman, you'll beat him. He hasn't got time to change his mind. Place like Adelaide, if you bowled the one that skidded straight on, and if you beat the batsman, he still had time to change his mind and keep it out. But here, it always skidded on very quickly, plus you get a bit of bounce. So this is a good place to make or to give Mason Crane his debut. Plus, he's probably comfortable here. He played a Shield game for New South Wales, played a lot of club cricket in Sydney, so I think he'll be comfortable making his debut here.
That was prior to the toss, so Steve Smith out there just checking whether there was much moisture. He was rubbing the grass to get a feel for the length of it. And we're going to bat himself, I would say. Joe Root taking a positive stance. It would have been easy to bowl first this morning.
Yeah, I think with England's selection of the two spinners, it was all that Joe Root could do. He had to get runs on the board. Now it's over to the batsman to go on bat for a long period of time. Yeah, there's a bit of seam movement there, but I haven't seen anything that should really disturb you as a batsman. The slow balls are going through quite slowly. It's just these first 20-25 overs, you've just got to earn the right. Fight through this period, and then there should be plenty of runs there later on.
I think the other thing about batting first, I think Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad would have been delighted because, you know, they had a lot of work to do in Melbourne and they were the team bowling last, not Australia. So I think the extra day's rest, as long as England are good enough to bat for a day and a bit, the extra day's rest will do Broad and Anderson a lot of good.
I was going to say, they're just praying that the batsmen do a job. And, well, we've seen better form in that respect. It was an interesting scorecard in Melbourne, and you had this standout 200 from Cook and some smallish contributions. It was the big partnership with Broad, though, at the end, worth 100. And at the moment, Vince, very cautious. 1 for 40.
I'm ready to have someone in my life. I want someone in my life. You can have perfect, then you have perfect for you. I don't want perfect, I want perfect for me. I really want to start a family. I want kids. I want to be the young dad, like the cool one.
Can science find Ryan his perfect match?
Yeah, but it's really nervous. Just gonna eat him alive.
Married at First Sight starts Jan 29 on 9.
So Joe Root, it'd be nice to see him finish in a big way. Australia have had the better of him overall. He's been dogged at times. He's been very determined to get the big score, and he's got starts. But it hasn't gone away. That Milan has got the century in this series, as well as Bairstow. As Nathan Lyon, he always gets a big applause when he comes into the attack. Bit of a cult hero. And you understand that. His record now is outstanding. Very interested to see how much turn it takes on day one.
As I said before, it always bounces and spins a bit at the SCG. Hazelwood leaving the field and Hanscom coming on. So it won't surprise me, particularly this early in the on the first day, if there is a bit of turn for Nathan Lyon.
Yeah, I think it'll just be the bounce that Nathan Lyon gets here. That'll be the threat to the English players today. He bowled beautifully, didn't he, in Brisbane? And there was a bit more bounce for him.
There's the drone. I brought my drone in again today. Yeah, good positive footwork straight to the man. It's just on the borderline altitude-wise. It's getting into that danger zone. Anyway, that was not a bad shot. You like that, chaps?
Oh, terrific shot. Love this ground.
Yeah, that's a stroke. Now he's got his timing. He won't get to the boundary, but I think it's a good way for Vince to go. Off spinning back into him, just to look to be aggressive. Use the feet and look to just throw something back on Nathan Lyon so he doesn't get into the rhythm.
He's shown that he's quite comfortable using his feet earlier in the series, Vince.
Three from the over, 1 for 43.
If you are looking at doing some home improvements, our DIY videos online are really good for that. They make it easy, they make it simple, and if you can do it yourself, you can save a heap of money.
4 litre British Paints decking oil, only $43.90. 3-piece bar setting, $168. Ryobi electric line trimmer, $89. Marquee galvanised drinks cooler, just $14.97.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning. That's our policy.
There's that grand old view. The members stand on the right, the ladies stand left. And those lucky players out there, when you cast an eye back, it just feels like a cricket ground. Mitchell Stark back in the team, back into the attack. And he bowled the 4 overs. And, a genuine wicket taker. Oh, nicely played. That's some aggression. The outfield just a little slow because of the rain this morning. It's been relayed, the turf. There hasn't been a Sheffield Shield game on the SCG this season. It was the old grass was gone and completely relayed, and it's in great nick. It's just not rolling at the moment.
I think also Cook's timing, which was so precise at the MCG, just missing a little bit here at the SCG.
Again, nicely played, so that time start. He's still getting it up there. He's going to try and get it to move through the air when it can. Haven't seen a lot of swing. That first over he bowled did shape away from the left-hander. But occasionally he'll throw it at leg stump, trying to get it back to off or outside. Easy pickings there for Cook. Looks well organised now, chaps. It's amazing how one innings can turn everything around, and it seems to be flowing from Melbourne to Sydney.
Yeah, I think Michael Vaughan was spot on when he said that it was the mental approach in Melbourne. He went out there with a more aggressive approach, and when you do that, it translates to your footwork. As soon as you start thinking about scoring runs, your footwork is sharpened and everything seems to pick up. No doubt that long innings has done him the world of good. You're talking about the 2 old pavilions, or the ladies stand and the pavilion. And I think that's one of the great things about playing at the SCG. You know you're changing in the same dressing room that, you go back to as far as Trumper and Bradman, O'Reilly, Lindwall, Miller, all those guys that you read about and heard about as a kid, and suddenly you're changing in the same dressing room as them, and it really hasn't changed too much.
No, there's been a few modifications, but it's still got that old feel. And you saw that shot there. They've got the honours board. That one is pulled down to fine leg. Yeah, it's got a terrific feel to it. And you ask questions when you're in there. Who sat here previously? And you get thrown names. So it was, where did Bradman sit? I want to sit in his spot, see if anything rubs off. There's the visitors' dressing room, and the layout of the visitors' dressing room is quite different to the home dressing room. And there is the Australian dressing room. So as you look at the field coming out from the right side, and there is the honours board. So that's the Test centuries, and to the right of that will be the bowling, and that's where you want your name. It's a great contrast too, because you come from the MCG Boxing Day, which is like a coliseum that surrounds you, and then you've got this different view as a player, different stands, and a bit more intimate. You're a bit closer, you see faces here. It's 1 for 48.
Move Australia this summer. official replica and supporter range available now.
Now the packed house, Ashes cricket is alive and well. 3 days of packed houses, changing the commentary. It'll be Michael Clark and Mark Nicholas.
Thanks, Michael. The feeling from Messrs Clark and Warne out on the pitch just before play began was that this pitch would spin, but probably into the third and fourth days. Certainly no sign of any great spin in Nathan Lyon's early deliveries, but there is that dip, isn't there? He's getting it up there and dropping it on the batsman because he's got so many revs on the ball. It's a much improved cricketer on your screens right now.
I think it's the bounce as well, Nico. Seen a few from the quicks just take off, but I think Nathan Lyon, his greatest weapon when it's not spinning is the extra bounce he gets. It's because that seam is so perfect, so regularly. Spot on just there. That's where he wants to be to Alistair Cook. Get him driving. Steve Smith's got a short cover. Sean Marsh in there at short cover for a catch, and Steve Smith in the slip position. That's the line, and that's the length of that extra bounce.
Oh, it's great off spinning. There's some turn. And again, that beautiful flight, a little slower too, the last two deliveries, as he searches for the right pace for the pitch.
Yeah, perfect execution, Nathan Lyon. Look at the seam, spot on, spinning towards Steve Smith at first slip. Just beats the outside edge. Not far away.
Down. Ball, Gary, ball.
A lovely over from Nathan Lyon, 1 for 48.
Meet Marcus. Every morning he rises at 6 in a global world where his trainers are German, his smartwatch Californian, and his favourite band English. He makes coffee on a Swiss Nespresso machine and buys gifts on eBay with an American card. Later he checks international cricket scores en route to a Japanese restaurant, orders a Dutch beer, and checks his all-Australian share portfolio. You buy the world's best, so why not invest in it? Magellan, experts in global investing.
A lot of kids in the ground today, and they had a frustrating morning. We all had a frustrating morning. Play didn't get underway until 20 to 1. Cool, go fetch that.
Vincey boy, that don't come back. That's a beautiful stroke. Brings up the 50 for England. All hands here from James Vince. Fraction over pitch from Mitchell Stark, but not that bad a ball.
But at the risk of seeing the glass half full, it's that line and that length that has posed a problem, because so often in cricketer strength can be a weakness. So he pans one through extra cover, and Stark will at some stage, not necessarily now, he'll offer him the chance to do it again and hope to get it just to move a bit, or he might have it a touch wider than that. 3 slips and a gully weight. Vince's ability to cover drive sometimes leads him to cover drive when the odds are against him in the stroke.
Yeah, and I think it's the pace in the pitches that varies on the result of that shot. I think MCG and here SCG, you get away with that because the pitch is a fraction slower than the Gabba or the Wacker or the Adelaide Oval in a day-night test match. There he's all hands. Yes, he's taken a little stride forward, but great eye, great hands. Picks up the pace of the pitch. Really well played.
Oh, what a good stop. Mitchell Marsh is a square leg, big strong man, covers a lot of ground, got fast reactions.
Yeah, had to go at the short ball. Nicely played again. He's got good hands, Mitchell Marsh. He's fielded a lot in the gully for Australia in times before that he's played. He spent some time at first slip. Good set of hands. Big hands, Mitchell Marsh.
pitch has played much as expected. Maybe a little less movement in the air. I think we all thought with that thick sort of damp humidity there might be some swing, but yet again we're not seeing the ball swing much. We've seen some reverse swing throughout the series occasionally, but not a lot of what you might call orthodox swing with the new ball.
I think it's played. I think it, yes, there's a good covering of grass, but I think it's still quite dry underneath that grass. I said at the time we were looking at the pitch, Mark Nicholas said, I just think this pitch was prepared quite early in preparation for some wet weather. I think just England finding a way to get through that brand new ball, the seam more than the swing of Hazelwood and even Pat Cummins. I think that was a really important stage for England. Now they've been able to get through that. I believe you're going to see a good batting surface for these first couple of days. You can see there, Hazelwood 6 overs for 8 runs. Yes, England didn't score as many as they might have liked, but they were able to not put any wickets in that column there. The wicket column kept that to 0. Really well played from the top order of England.
Oh, and Vince goes up and over, going with the bounce of the ball. A good over of batting from England's number 3. It's 1 for 56.
You want to grow more hair? Call Ashley and Martin. It's proven. Ashley and Martin's medical treatment works. With over 500,000 patients successfully treated, they could fill this stadium 5 times over.
This is what guys do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Gillette with FlexBall technology makes maximum contact, with one blade giving up to 1 month of comfortable shaves. Gillette.
I like James Vince's approach.
Yeah, I agree. I like the intent. He's not messing around. Mitchell Starc gets up too full or too short. He's going to take him on today. Wouldn't mind seeing, and I know it's harder for a left-hander, but I wouldn't mind seeing that same energy against Nathan Lyon. Alistair Cook, if he can find a way to just rotate the strike versus just sit there and hold and defend.
When Alistair Cook played his finest innings in India, going back to, well, a while now, 2012, made a couple of big hundreds in a famous England series win, very much against the odds. He used that sort of flat sweep and slog sweep a lot. I haven't seen him try it against Nathan Lyon at all. In fact, Lyon's been happy to get it up there and drag him outside off stump more.
Do you think that's because of the line? Nathan Lyon bowls quite a wide line and continues to spin away from the left-hander versus someone like Ashwin who attacks the stumps a lot more?
Down. Okay.
Yeah, for sure, particularly as Lyon gets that overspin, so the extra bounce on the Australian pitches. So if you are dragging it from wide of off stump, it's a much harder stroke to control. You've almost got to be hitting it in the air at mid-wicket, hitting into the spin, if you know what I mean.
And this is where I think we just got a little break here. I think something going on with the side screen. This is where I think Steve Smith's got the field right. He's got a man up at 45. Mitchell Starc's at 45 for that sweep shot, a top edge catch.
Down, Saucy.
That's well placed by Cook. He's waited for his moment. It's what you do if you defend well enough on the front foot. You will ideally force the bowler to drop short, and then you can spring back.
Down.
That's nice batting from Alistair Cook. There's that strike rotation. End of the over, 1 for 59.
The CPA program teaches not only accounting, but also the leadership skills to reach the next level, where you can make the important business decisions, manage teams, and help define the strategy of your organisation. So take one step today to take your career anywhere. Enrol in the CPA program now. CPA Australia. Be heard. be recognised.
Cook unbeaten with 21 off the back of 244 unbeaten at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. James Vince, with a lot of people saying this is not necessarily the last chance to prove himself as an England batsman, but certainly a very good chance to do so. Joe Root, David Milan, Johnny Bairstow, Moeen Ali, who retains his place. Tom Curran, Stuart Broad, Mason Crane making his debut, and James Anderson.
You've got to keep the faith in England selectors, I think, with Vince. I know he hasn't scored a big score yet. He's got a couple of opportunities here, but I just think sometimes you see things in a player and you feel that they're going to have a successful career. I think he's got all the shots. He's done the hard work in just about every innings. He hasn't been able to capitalise and make a big 100, but I don't think that's too far away. I just feel the experience of coming and playing an Ashes series in Australia would do that man the world of good. He'll be a much better player for it.
Well, they asked, but I think it's a clip of the pad or the thigh. It made that dullish sound.
He played it well, Cook. Looked straight down and marked his guard. So even if he did hit it, looked very innocent. Didn't sound woody, though. Trouser.
Mind you, you wouldn't do anything else but go back and mark your guard,
Well,
would you? You're
yes.
not going to plead guilt in a situation like that.
Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you just
look
give
round
yourself
at
up
the keeper
there.
in panic, don't you? So did he catch it? Oh, sorry. Sometimes if you stand there and shuffle and sort of mark your guard and scratch your foot, keep your head down, it actually can look guilty, can't it?
These days, the umpires you have regularly as well, so they get to know the player quite well. So you have a look at Alistair Cook here. Someone that's played a lot against Alistair Cook, I look straight away and go, no, he's safe, he hasn't hit that, I'm not referring that. And the umpire would have umpired against Alistair Cook a number of times as well, so they get to know your mannerisms and work out, ooh, that doesn't look quite right.
It is typical of Alistair Cook's calm temperament that I've seen him given out on occasions when clearly not out, and he just gives a half kind of wry smile and then disappears. There's never any histrionics. He's a man of great dignity.
Yeah, he's certainly as honest as you play against. Good man. Tough competitor, no doubt about it. But a lovely guy. I don't think there'd be too many people that weren't happy for that big double 100 at the MCG. That was a wonderful innings.
Mitchell Stark's got the Gatorade tracker on. Already racked up more than 5 Ks out there. Won't be at all surprised to see him get up to 12 to 15 Ks. And probably more by the end of the game, particularly if he bowls a few overs or fields down on a boundary. That top speed of 25, that'll be a sprint to save a boundary at a guess. Vince goes again. And he's throwing everything at it, which is, if you're going to go as wide as that, you might as well go hard. That's 1 for 64.
So you watch all those shows on TV, you get inspired by magazines that you see. You come into Bunnings, you'll be surprised what you can actually afford. You can get so much more done outdoors with warehouse prices.
Round market umbrella, only $89. Char Griller Deluxe, $199. 3-piece bench setting, $699. Double hammock kit, just $49.89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning. That's our policy.
Better length, Nathan Lyon. Just keep an eye on that speed. 89, only 90 Ks. I think Nathan Lyon's at his best around 87, 88. Gets it up in the air, a little bit of flight. He's got good variation line with his pace though. Another time he just sets a batsman up as well. He might go a fraction quicker, and then try and do him in the air with that one a little bit slow at Alistair Cook. Get him playing that big front foot cover drive.
How much would you have worked with him on that? I mean, you spend a lot of time with him. One of the bowler's arts is to find the right pace for the pitch you're playing on and the right amount of overspin too.
That's the key for Nathan Lyon, to work out whatever pace he can through the air that works with the revs on the ball. So if that means it's 92 or if that means it's 85, it actually doesn't matter as long as he's putting enough revs on the ball. I think he feels around that 88, 89 is his natural feeling speed and where he feels comfortable, and then he can bowl a quicker ball like we've seen, 94, or he can slow it down to 86, 87. But I think he likes that 88, 89 Ks is a comfortable stock ball for him. End of the over, 1 for 64.
Okay, Linda, how's that?
Oh, bit blurry.
Okay. How's that?
Still blurry.
And... How's that?
Better.
Book an eye test online with the test experts.
This is what guys do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Gillette with FlexBall technology makes maximum contact, with one blade giving up to 1 month of comfortable shaves. Gillette.
A lot of people in pink today, and obviously more tomorrow, and then close to everybody on Saturday, which is actually officially Jane McGrath Day. Your chance to donate at pinktest.com.au and support the McGrath Foundation. It's done great work and will continue to do more. Glenn, of course, will be here along with his family, and the players get involved in it. Pink branding, pink graphics, pink side screen, pink stumps, pink baggy pinks.
Aussie flag, pink. Yeah, they do it so well. It's come a long way in 10 years, and Glenn deserves a lot of credit, plus everybody that's put in the time and effort. I was really excited to hear Joe Root talk so fondly of it today as well, and I've heard Virat Kohli previously say similar things. As a overseas captain, you really look forward to this test match because of the pink test. As Shane Warne mentioned in the pre-show, it's not just special here at the SCG, it's grown all around Australia and now all around the world. So people deserve a lot of credit for a wonderful cause, and it sounds to me it's helping a lot of people.
As a general rule today, Stark hasn't quite bowled as full and with a line a tad outside off stump as he would want to against Alistair Cook. That's where he's caused problems with Alistair Cook in the past, where Mitchell Johnson caused problems for him. What you want with Cook is you want to bring him forward. Might cost you the odd straight or cover drive, but you want to bring him at least half forward.
I think his pace is a little bit off as well, Nico. You can see there, 132. Just trying to get into his work here, Mitchell Stark, but you're right, he hasn't been as consistent as normal.
Yeah, there's 2 red balls in at that 6-metre salmon, as Ian Healy has famously christened it a few years back. Just left of the good, about an inch left of the G of good. Those 2 balls there, and then the ball above them, the fuller one in the green. That's the sort of area, and maybe even fuller than that. Those other 2 red balls that cause Cook a bit of problem. But certainly, you know, a couple of weeks without bowling and resting, and maybe he's just a fraction short of a gallop. 1 for 65.
Move Australia this summer. Official replica and supporter range available now.
Cricketers of the future. And just added a stat that of all the balls bowled by Mitchell Stark today, 48 of them, only 5 would have gone on to hit the stumps, which in itself is a surprise given how full he usually bowls. Ian Healy's in the com box and Bill Laurie is with him.
Thank you, Mark Nicholas. A good partnership this for England. Vince playing 1 or 2 glorious square drives. Nathan Lyon continues.
Oh, lovely, Lino, lovely.
England won the toss, batted. Stoneman was the first to go, and he played very well. 24 of 24. He looked in top touch. Got a good delivery from Cummins. Bounced, flew through to Payne. Cummins given the opportunity from the round weekend early on by his captain. Got one to take off. Good bounce, little feather through to the keeper. Big breakthrough, Ian.
Definitely was, because of the form he was in, and yeah, just stopped angling in and didn't do a lot wrong. Stoneman, victim of good bowling.
Hey, bowl, nice.
This is good bowling too. Nathan Lyon being able to maintain some pressure outside the right-handers off stump without bowling around the wicket. So that's good signs for him.
James Vince at 3. He's played 1 or 2 glorious square drives. And I think there's a bit of a challenge here for England. I don't think you should allow an off-spinner in the first afternoon to tie you down. I think they've got to go after Nathan Lyon. He's had a great year, but this is the Sydney cricket ground. There's no turn. Ball coming onto the bat. It's going to be a lot harder in the second innings, so make hay while the sun shines.
The world's greatest adventure is back in 2018. Europe, Asia, Africa, and New Zealand. Look out, world. The travel guides are coming.
Ready, girls? How do we look?
You thought you were king of the castle. You looked like your mother and your gut kept sticking out.
Nine's outrageous new season. Travel guides soon.
The Sydney cricket ground at its best. The sun's out, full house, and a good start by England. 1 for 65. Cummings coming from the members end for the first time. Still 3 slips and a gully in. 2 men out for the hook shot.
Stark more expensive than that, so the new ball didn't really pay a whole lot of dividends. He's got that aggressive field again, so there are lots of gaps, and the batsman can just lean on a few shots and pick up some value for those shots. Steve Smith trying to get Cook out.
Nicely played. Picks up 2.
And it's always been their goal, the English side, is to make these Australian bowlers bowl long spells and have long days. So this could be a good start.
It's a big opportunity for England to do well in the final test match. They've got a good start. They've won the toss. The outfield perfect. The pitch true. And there's plenty of cricket coming up after this test match as well. So they'll be fighting for places in the one-day internationals. We can't wait for the one at the MCG. That'll be the big one. That'll be the biggest crowd. 14th. The second at the Gabba and Sydney Cricket Ground, the Adelaide Oval and Optus Stadium.
Well, you've got Perth to beat. They're sold out at 60. You blokes have been letting us down for a few years, really.
260-odd thousands of the Melbourne Test match. Come on.
We're just talking about the Gillette one-day series.
Even the director's telling us what to do. Talking about a salad at the MCG, and that's through. That's racing away. Good soft hands by Cook. He's got another opportunity now. He struggled early. Now he's starting to find touch. 244 not out. That's an innings we'll never forget, nor will Cook. Superb performance. Tall man. Just waits for the angles the bat down, and away she goes. Quickly through for single. Oh. Alistair Cook at the MCG was superb.
I think early doors you'll see a straight drive. There it is. That's the most impressive part of his play. Then he branched into back foot power, front foot cover drives, and then he took on line. So he had everything ticking along as well as we'd ever seen it. Great feeling.
Cummins big and strong and quite sharp.
Where he let his team down in Melbourne was his umpiring, Alistair Cook. You know, David Milan and James Vince both nicked deliveries onto their pads and didn't review them because he thought, no, I didn't hear anything from the non-strikers end. Off they go, and it was proven that they'd hit both of them.
Save a couple of reviews for yourself, mate, when you've got to bat through the innings. Don't worry about that. That was a great performance. One of the highlights of the summer on the losing side. Vince doing well on 17. That was Bobby Cowper. Bobby Cowper, the highest score by an Australian at MCG in a test match. Nicely played. It's a 1 for 71.
The CPA program teaches not only accounting, but also the leadership skills to reach the next level, where you can make the important business decisions, manage teams, and help define the strategy of your organisation. So take one step today to take your career anywhere. Enrol in the CPA program now. CPA Australia. Be heard. Be recognised.
Super crowd at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Just the right size. Holds about 55,000. The members have turned up, as always. Nicely played. Looking for two and getting it. The Warnies are in today. Good support for the best ever leg spinner. They're seeing a good start by England. So important to win the toss and bat well.
Got Chemo Roach's chain around their neck. Can you believe that costume shop? He'd go home, that proprietor would go home and say to his wife, you wouldn't believe it, I got rid of 100 chains today. It wasn't, he didn't ever have real bling like that, definitely earrings. Apparently there's 100 of them.
Nathan Lyon, very patient as you need to be when you're bowling off spin on the first day. Very little turn, he needs some flight and maybe a bit of drift. The breeze stronger now from the south, so he's bowling actually with the breeze coming across from mid-wicket to cover.
And you talked about them not attacking Nathan Lyon. They're going in safe areas to him and waiting for him to overpitch and lean on that one to bring up the first two this over into the gap at mid-wicket. But really, if they want to set him back, they need to come at him and maybe crunch something through the offside.
Yep.
And there's the contest right there. Vince looking at something, looking to try to do what we're talking about, but Lyon beating him. The flight and drop, making that impossible.
It's well bowled. It's 1 for 73.
Summer's a great time to be outside and start those projects that you've been planning. You look at your backyard, to spruce it up, make it look nicer, we have the products for you.
10 LED multicoloured party lights, only $29.90. Aluminium perimeter fence panel, $63.90. Jumbuck charcoal barbecue, $58.90. Rich Crow hose-on wetting agent, just $11.98.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning, that's our policy.
KFC trivia, Ian. Not an easy one, this. It's the youngest player to captain England in a Sydney Cricket Ground test in the 20th century.
Well, you tossed with Jardine, didn't you?
Very funny. straight through the keeper. In here with his best wicketkeeper of the century. Come on, don't try and dodge the question.
Well, what do you reckon? I'm not sure about Ted Dexter. Young, talented, flamboyant, everything. He's probably going to be one of the youngest. I'll probably go to Atherton, I reckon. I think that from memory there was a bit of a story on him being a young skipper here at the SCG.
Don't gloss over Ted Dexter. What a super cricketer. Tremendous striker of the ball. Very handy fast medium bowler. And Douglas Jardine, of course, the villain in the piece in Bodyline. He went after our Don with that fast bowler.
Well, Ted Dexter, was he a young captain?
I didn't ask him his age, but he's a brilliant player, I'll tell you that. Come on, you must know this, Hill. Come on, it's so obvious.
Well, I've said mine.
What'd you say?
You weren't listening, were you?
No.
I'm A.
You did
Michael
right.
Atherton.
You did. It's got to be Michael Atherton. Nice lad. He's here at the ground today, Michael.
I didn't see him today. I haven't seen him yet. Yeah, it was him. And I wonder if that's the time when he captained here at the SCG where he declared on Graham Hick in the 90s, 98.
It's well run. Well, the answer was Michael Atherton, who was just short of his 27th birthday when he captained England in 1994-95. Ted Dexter was 27 in 62-63, and Jardine was 32 in 1932-33, the Bodyline series.
That's when he's declared, look, the smile on my face, going, what have they done? Hickey's 98 not out, and Athers has called them in. But I believe he gave him a set time, and he'd gone over that time and still hadn't made his 100, so in you come.
Good decision's quite right. I've never spoke to him again if it was me, but there it goes. Beautifully played. He's on top of his game. England are batting well. It was short, it was a half tracker, and as you should on the first day, he's gone bang, caught that.
Well, you're no stranger to declaring on someone in the 90s, are you?
Let's concentrate on the present here. Good shot.
Rod Marsh on 92.
Yeah, he was taking too long. Gave him plenty of opportunity. The partnership here going well. 50 off 102 balls. Cummins coming in now. 3 slips and a go. He's still in. Well, they're going down in the series, but Stoneman and Vince have been shown enough, haven't they? They just need a little bit of luck, and they go and make big hundreds. They're both they're attacking players. Vince gets his chance here, 24 off 51. He's played 1 or 2 glorious pull shots.
Yes, he's entering his perceived danger territory, you know, starts 25, 35, 40, and then finding ways of getting out. I think he's been pretty impressive. He's been organised, he's been technical, and Australia has thrown everything at him.
It's 1 for 78.
You want to grow more hair? Call Ashley and Martin. It's proven. Ashley and Martin's medical treatment works. With over 500,000 patients successfully treated, they could fill this stadium 5 times over.
Okay, Linda, how's that?
Oh, bit blurry.
Okay. How's that?
Still blurry.
And... How's that?
Better.
Book an eye test online with the test experts.
Conditions perfect. Nathan Lyon to continue, going around the wicket to Alistair Cook. Short cover comes in. Cracks it. Well fielded at a point.
That's a shot that Alistair Cook would dearly love to see go in the gap, and that puts pressure on Lyon, but the fielding expertise of Australia prevent it.
Beautiful.
But after the Brisbane test, they said they were going to show more courage against Nathan Lyon. Come at him, go over the top if the ball was there to hit. They're not doing it again. I guess there's no rush. It's only first session.
Good up, Petey.
But they're pretty content. Content to defend at the moment and just sit on him for the time being. 28 from 89, Cook. 24 from 52, Vince.
Reduced the feet, but he didn't go on with it, did he? He was going to hit that over cover, and he held back. Cook, maybe beaten in flight by Lyon. Down he comes. He checks. That's beautifully played on the back foot, found the gap. Cook goes to 32. Superb stroke.
Gee whiz, if he didn't check that drive, he sort of yorked himself with that drive he played last ball, and he got the first cutaway through the gap like this. It's been a really prosperous over for England, so they'll be gaining a bit of confidence out of this over, even though it's only been 4 runs off.
He goes again. And he gets another 4 just before the drinks break. Cook goes bang. Over bowled. It's 1 for 86 at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
The American Ninjas are coming. American Ninja Warrior. Soon on 9 Go.
So you watch all those shows on TV, you get inspired by magazines that you see. Come into Bunnings, you'll be surprised what you can actually afford. You can get so much more done outdoors with warehouse prices.
Round market umbrella, only $89. Char Griller Deluxe, $199. 3-piece bench setting, $699. Double hammock kit, just $49.89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning. That's our policy.
Move Australia this summer. Official replica and supporter range available now.
Okay, Linda, how's that?
Oh, bit blurry.
Okay. How's that?
Still blurry.
And... How's that?
Better.
Book an eye test online with the test experts.
You want to grow more hair? Call Ashley and Martin. It's proven. Ashley and Martin's medical treatment works. With over 500,000 patients successfully treated, they could fill this stadium 5 times over.
Welcome to CommBank. This is Ishan.
Hello, it's Gordon Winslow here. I just had a quick question. Ishan. I was at school with Ishan.
Gordon?
Ish?
Gordo?
So where in the world are you?
Well, I'm still in Melbourne.
You still into footy?
Oh, we're from Tigerland.
CommBank customer call centres aren't overseas, they're over here. And you'll be talking to CommBank people. That's a welcome change.
The CPA program teaches not only accounting, but also the leadership skills to reach the next level, where you can make the important business decisions, manage teams, and help define the strategy of your organisation. So take one step today to take your career anywhere. Enrol in the CPA program now. CPA Australia. Be heard. Be recognised.
6th of all time in the run scorers list. Alistair Cook sneaking up into 6th. He's got 408 to go to catch Kuma Sangakkara, number 5. Then Raul Dravid just could not get him out. Jacques Callis, an all-rounder, please. 13,289 runs with all the wickets he took as well. And then Ricky Ponting up to Sachin Tendulkar.
Sangakkara, wicketkeeper batsman as well. Brilliant cricketer. Don't forget when he was given out, caught off the helmet at Hobart, going for a hook shot. Getting close to 200.
Oh yeah, he creamed it that day, Kumar. But Alistair Cook, you know, what a durable athlete that's got himself into the most historic of lists, leading run scorers in a sport. Now it's Pat Cummins starting. They've only got 2 slips. They're down to 2 slips.
Nicely played. 2 men in the deep, just a single. And going back to those players, Jacques Callis, what a good all-round cricketer. Not as brilliant as the others, but solid as a rock for South Africa over a long period of time. Really good slipper as well, caught well.
Well, it was just always. Who's down the other end for South Africa? Oh, it's Jacques Callis. He was just always out there. 13,289.
Tendulkar, the superstar. What a great player. On all types of pitches, spin or pace.
So, Cookie, you can get 8 more, then get out, please. The Australians are saying. 11,992. He won't be looking at stopping. He's 36 not out. He's done all the hard work. He deserves to be in this innings and to go on with it.
Oh, for England, with Cook and Vince going okay, one of these has to make a big score. One of your top 3, getting a good start, getting the best of the conditions. Very little movement off the seam. 3 slips and a go in. Point, and the mid-off on the offside. Breeze coming from the south. Come down Richie's way. He's still got the bowl into that breeze because there's a gap where the new scoreboard is on the left in the good old days. Oh, good shot. Beaten.
This is better length for Pat Cummins. He can bowl a short ball to shore, get it at helmet height and use the bounce that's in this pitch, but follow it up with something like this. You can't drive it on the front foot, and it's very risky to play that shot too. That's how he needs to bowl for long periods, with a bouncer that has impact.
It's gone for it nicely, got it fine. Just a single. And look at Tendulkar at the top. He was batting in Adelaide one day, and Lady Bradman said to Sir Donald, I think you should have a good look at this young lad. He bats just like you, Don, which was a big rap. Sachin Tendulkar.
What did you think she saw in him? A little bit of onside-ness about his play?
I'd say brilliant footwork. Against pace or spin. Always got to on the half volley or got back and used the crease. Beautiful onside player. Got him! Yes, he has! Wide and loose, and he smashes. A big wicket for Australia. He's got two, and Vince departs, and he'll be very, very disappointed with that.
Can't believe it, James Vince. What have I done? It's really wide. The bat's not perfectly horizontal, and it's taken the top edge. Vince has got his head down on the way to the sheds. 25 again for James Vince.
Welcome to CommBank. This is Ishan. Hello, it's Gordon Winslow here. I just had a quick question. Ishan. I was at school with Ishan. Gordon? Ish? Gordo? So where in the world are you? Well, I'm still in Melbourne. You're still into footy? Oh, we're from Tigerland.
CommBank customer call centres aren't overseas, they're over here. And you'll be talking to CommBank people. That's a welcome change.
The CPA program teaches not only accounting, but also the leadership skills to reach the next level, where you can make the important business decisions, manage teams, and help define the strategy of your organisation. So take one step today to take your career anywhere. Enrol in the CPA program now. CPA Australia. Be heard. Be recognised.
Oh, what a feeling, rightly so. Big wicket that. He's got two. White's delivery, he went for a big square drive and got an edge. Good young athlete, enjoying his test cricket. As Captain Joe Root comes to the crease at 2 for 88.
We haven't even heard of a whisper of an injury to Cummins, have we, this whole series? It's been excellent to have him. Hazelwood, Stark and Cummins just need to build some depth underneath them now, so that when one does get rested, there's no backward move. Right, Joe Root. Short and wide, won't do it again.
Oh, Bolton, well played. That's 2 for 88.
Move Australia this summer. Official replica and supporter range available now.
2 for 88 at the Sydney Cricket Ground as Ian Chappell and Mark Taylor take up the commentary.
Thank you, Bill Laurie. Nathan Lyon to continue. A couple of fours off his last over. Alistair Cook took him through point. Oh, and he had him unsure there. Just dragged a couple down last over, which is unusual for Nathan Lyon. He's bowled beautifully in this series. And he's worried Cook at times. Picked him up on a couple of occasions in Adelaide.
Ball, nice.
It's good play from Alistair Cook. He's pinching a single, taking the pressure off himself. James Vince, another good-looking 20-odd from James Vince. It's not a great problem to have. He does look good. He plays some lovely shots, and unfortunately for James Vince, he's got the ability to nick them. Sitting at the back of the commentary box and watching the first ball of that over, and saw Alistair Cook probably play a similar shot to that, and just played and missed. Vince could, and he seems to be able to find the edge, James Vince.
Ball, nice.
Yeah, it's not much consolation when you're sitting back in the pavilion, but you do say to yourself, well, at least I'm good enough to nick him. But, okay, the foot didn't move much across there, but everybody does that, and you don't always nick him.
Oh! Yeah, 5 edges and a run out so far for James Vince in this series. Yeah, it's really there to be hit. It's short and wide enough. And I said another day, I suppose you get a thicker edge and it flies over the top. You can see the bat's at a bit of a 45-degree angle. Like to get that nice and parallel to the ground if you can.
Bowling, beautiful bowling.
Generally work on the theory that in a